Yeah?
Yeah, towards sea.
I better not take a full ammo load, otherwise that wouldn't be wise.
Oh, I do all the time. I just give her. The ammo debt, like, very rarely happens now. I'm just like, eh. So if it comes up, oh, there's a PT7 in here. It's adorable.
It's even funnier seeing them in top tier.
I know. I saw this 30 take out Abrams the other day. That was
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
You
fucking
should have
hell.
seen this. You should have seen the chat. Pretty sure the guy got banned for chat, but it was worth watching.
Well, as it's a Saturday, there should actually be more people watching than there was. Because I did my first stream the other day, right? You might have actually seen it.
You've only ever done your first stream? Holy shit.
Yeah, I did my first stream the other day. And
Yeah.
I think the most I had in there at once was like 8 people. But the only reason that was is because I had to do it in the morning. Because obviously everybody else comes back in the evenings. And I can't do it at night because everybody's sleeping. And then there's time zones and shit like that to, you know, deal with.
Consider.
But yeah, but it is a Saturday morning, so in the UK especially, unless there's anybody who works in retail, and I really feel sorry for you if you do, by the way, because I've done it, it's fucking horrible.
I do, it sucks.
Yeah, unless there's anybody who works in retail, then they probably won't be working on a Saturday, so maybe there may be more, but we'll see.
It's grim. I want to stab my customers.
Can't see that, Scooter, that's assault.
I don't
With-
care.
with a
I want to
weapon.
shove gas. I want to shove gas down my throat. That's one of the fucking two options.
The only thing I don't like about streaming on the PS4 is that the chat window comes up in the right hand side of the TV, so it takes up some of your
It's
screen.
gross. Yeah, it's gross.
And I assumed that when it posted it to YouTube it wouldn't have all of this like black border and shit around it, but it does. But that's fine. I make do.
You make do.
Yep.
Oh, I see a fucker. Bearing 256, 257, 2 tigers. One's a tiger 1. Oh shit, that's bounced.
Oh, you are dead now. I see him. Don't know if I can get a shot off, but I see him.
I'm out. See, there's a tiger 2 with him. Hells no.
Yeah, hell's no, back the fuck up. Oh, I actually hit him. Oh no, I'm stuck on a wall. Go, 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 backwards. Right, Scooter, light up that fucking tree line with your 50.
Where did his friend go? There's an H1 somewhere. Did they kill? They killed it. The tiger H1 died.
Right, would you like to push up then?
Yeah.
I'll skates.
Oh, no. Never mind.
What? Oh shit. Where was that to?
He died. He died. He died as he shot me.
Metal alloy nipple. It's an interesting name. Oh yeah, you'd laugh as well. When I started the stream I said, oh yeah, I'll do it for half an hour just to like see how we get on. It lasted an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, do you want to hear something ironic?
Yeah, do tell.
According to my bank, I have amazing credit, even though I spend like $300 a month overdraft, like the day before I get my check, and then I go and I pay it like the next day. But apparently that's given me good enough credit to be considered for a car loan to go buy a brand new car on the lot.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, we normally
Justy,
don't give
how's it?
credit to like 18, 19-year-olds, and we've given you like a $300 credit. They want to give me a visa as well, and I'm getting like
No,
a car
dude.
loan maybe as well.
Dude, seriously, don't take the visa.
I'm not gonna
Just
use it. I'm not gonna use it. They're only gonna set it to like $500, so I just pay it off. Like, I'm gonna use it like on small things and pay it off that day. Make more credit.
Scooter, say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, Scooter, I don't think... Well, I know Scooter can't see the chat window, so you'll have to forgive him if he seems rude. He's not, he just can't see the chat.
I can't see diddly shit.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm really bad at this game right now as well. I've been so busy at work, I've just not had time to play.
Yeah, this is actually the first time we've played together in gotta be a couple of months.
Yeah, the first time that we both actually lined up a part of our time where we're not busy with shit in life.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'm more free now that I got my ass dumped by text, but yeah. I had to meet up with her today as well to get my fucking hoodie back.
Oh my god. I don't know what it is about girls and hoodies. Like, I really don't.
I don't know. She's a bitch about it. She's like, can you meet me this time? I'm like, no, I'm waiting for my friend to get off the bus and I'm coming. And she's like, what time? I'm like, no, 20, 30 minutes. And she's like, she came outside of the Tim Hortons, which is like a coffee shop. And she was really fucking pissy. And then she just didn't like even say like thank you or anything, or like said like hi, and didn't ask how I was. She just gave me my hoodie and fucked off. Like I didn't get to say thank you. Like she was a proper bitch. My friend's like, she's on her period. So yeah, don't trust girls, people.
Yeah, don't do that. Do me, be single and lonely and depressed and just don't bother.
They take your money and they fuck you over.
Well, that got real deep real fast.
Wow, yeah. I've gone through 1.5 tanks of vape juice today. Fuck.
Of what juice?
Such a... vape juice. Such a bad addiction.
Oh my god.
I get fucking hard nicotine highs before work, and I sit there half an hour before work.
Man up, you...
nicotine.
Man up, you pussy.
Fuck off.
If you're gonna smoke, smoke properly. Don't vape that shit.
Why? What's wrong with vaping?
It's grim, for one thing.
Yeah, not really. It's just like liquid.
And it probably ends up being more expensive than smoking backy does.
Not really. I mean, my friend goes through like $400 a month of shit for his vape. I go through about 100. I've already done the math. I only go through like 1 bottle a month, 2 bottles at most.
How big are the bottles though?
I get them like 50ml bottles, and a tank lasts me 2 days if I don't vape as much, which I don't when I'm not with my friends, because like my mom doesn't allow me to vape in her house, so I'm too lazy to go outside her house. So I don't vape much in her house. Vape can last when the batteries in church. Do you wanna know how much my vape cost me though?
God, what?
About $250.
$250?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lots. You should see how much I spend when I get my check. I mean, I've been like looking at getting new $300 sunglasses. I've been like looking at getting a new longboard, new mountain bike. If I want something, I'll just go and buy it. I bought another pair. Like,
hey Earl, how is it?
the other day. Hi. But I just went and bought a new pair of headphones the other day. I spent like $127 on headphones.
Yeah, but like
why? Is the question?
Yeah, why?
Because I'm single and I have money to waste.
No, because you were depressed and you wanted something to cheer yourself up. That's why.
Sure, we'll go with that. She wouldn't let me have a dog, so the next best thing was headphones, right?
Yeah, sure. Oh fuck. Ow!
I didn't see him. Oh, there's 2.
Oh fuck, there's 2. They're breeding. They're breeding.
Oh.
Yeah, no. That was never gonna end well.
It would have if it was me.
The enemy has most of the strategic zones.
You still in or you out?
I'm out. Like, as soon as my IS-2 got hit, it was out.
Blit.
Sika Blitz.
Yeah, that one.
I booked some days off work as well, so I'm pretty chill about that. I got 3 days to go and do fuck all.
Well, I haven't even started yet. That's a whole show in and of itself.
I'm looking at buying new headphones for my PC now as well. Tomorrow, maybe.
Why's that?
Because my PS4 one doesn't work on my PC, and I need it for like postscriptum and like making videos on my PC and stuff to get back into my video making.
Ah, right, okay.
That's why I stopped, because I had nothing to record my sound on.
Oh, I don't like this map.
This map's wank.
I don't like this map.
Whoever like made this map in the game needs to be fucking hit with a fucking cricket bat. Like honestly, sucks.
Right. If I can get at least no. Ain't never ready to die. Oh, you've got the cage armor on your IS2 as well, haven't you?
No.
Metal fencing.
Like spaded, I think. Yeah, mine is spaded.
Mine's not. I thought it was, but
it's
evidently not.
Coop wire, man. It's chicken coop wire.
Chicken wire.
Yeah. That shit works wonders, just to let you know.
Does it really?
Yeah, you can like, I used to carry some on me all the time, and like, when your bike breaks down, you can like pull it apart and like use it to hold your brakes open if you needed to, or you could like use it to reattach your seat to shit. I used it for everything.
It's the multi-purpose chicken wire.
Exactly, man. It's like fucking duct tape. Just metal.
Just metal.
Just metal.
Coming to you to your local general store.
Much. I mean,
I've been watching.
Like buy that shit, right? Because I live in the buttfuck nowhere.
I've been watching far too much fucking what's the name of it? Horrible Histories. I've been like proper just having a kid moment for the past few days, just deciding I'm gonna watch that.
Oh shit! What the fuck just collapsed that? Oh god! I forget all my key bindings.
Oh no, that's a bad start straight away.
Yeah, I'm playing so many different games lately. It's like
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I've been playing boats. Boats are confusing.
Ugh.
People avoid boats. People don't put money into boats. It's not worth it.
Earl says the IS-2's extra armor makes it look like shit. I agree. It looks fucking dreadful. What have we got around here then? Oh! That was a mistake. Probably shouldn't have done that.
I just fired around at a hoe rig production, hit it, launched up, hit its barrel, and no damage. Jubbly.
Now see, here's the thing. You said about taking out the Tiger 2 SLA, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're fighting Tiger 2s at the moment. But here's the thing, I have a funny feeling if we were to take out the Tiger 2, we'd just get up-tiered.
We would. Probably.
These guys, the lucky ones, they got down-tiered and got to face their own tier, for a change.
I'm scared of going around my corner. It's effort, I'll just sit here and wait.
Peekaboo. Can't see anything, hold on. Can't see anything down that road.
We'll give her, we're good. If I die, it's on you.
It always is, isn't it? Always ever has been.
Not always. I wanna squeeze through. Let me through.
Breathe in.
I shall fit, I think.
It's like a fat kid that got stuck in a lift.
No, it's like that fucking, what do you calls it, from Oompa Loompa, from Willy Wonka.
Enemy forces have
Fat
captured
kid, I
a
got stuck
zone.
in the fucking chocolate tube.
Oompa loompa doopa dee dee.
You do. I'm probably fine. I can't even get my gun down.
Loompa, loompa, doopity doo. Have I got some info for you?
This is hilarious.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Attention to the map.
That moment when your front's narrow but your back isn't.
Dude, just give in, you're not gonna get through there. Like
I'm
you're...
trying to reverse.
Oh god, fire your gun while you're reversing. It might be... No, it didn't work, did it? I don't know, really.
If only they had GTA physics, we could whip your barrel around like launch your tank out of spots.
Do you know what? I never bought GTA 5 on the PS4. I still haven't bought it.
Get it off my account.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I don't think I'd even play it if I had it. Definitely not the online anyway, that's for sure.
I think it'd be fun to do a series of online together.
Yeah, but it takes so bloody long to like unlock anything, and...
Oh yeah, like I'm at the point where I can just do whatever because I'm like level 129 or something.
I mean, the last time I played it on PS3, they hadn't even added the heists yet. That's how long ago it's been since I played it.
Dang, there's so much shit that you missed. Also,
Oh.
give me a list of games that you want that are coming out this year that I'll put on my account.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
Unless it's been delayed, I don't think it's been delayed.
No, apparently it comes out the 10th month, so I'll pre-order that probably next paycheck maybe. Debates if my car is complete full or not. So that's cool.
Your Ford fuck us.
Yeah, my Ford Focus.
There was a really posh kid that used to go to my college, right? His mum was a judge.
Oh yeah.
And he had a Ford car, you know, like the little one. And
Nah.
he insisted on people calling it the KA rather than car. There's not a dot, like there's not a full stop between the K and the A. It's car. Like
Fucking weird name for a car, but sure.
guessing that's one of the ones you didn't have over there in Canada.
Probably not, or it got renamed like we do with everything.
Well, the Ford Focus is still the Ford Focus, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Toyota Highlander there, it's the Tacoma here, and then you guys' Hilux is our Tundra. No, I don't know. It's one of the fucking things. Toyota changed a bunch of shit around.
I quite like the Toyota Hilux, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm looking at getting. Is my car or my truck.
What, the pickup one?
Correct. Yeah, the pickup truck.
No, you want the Hilux Surf.
What?
The Hilux Surf.
Why?
Because they're bigger, for one thing. Bigger engines, more powerful.
I don't care if they're bigger. I just need something to shove dead animals in the back of when I go fucking shoot shit.
Shoot shit. Well, we're losing quite poorly. Yeah, we're losing very poorly.
Attention to the map.
Oh my god, it's this. Calm down.
No, you got this.
Sadly.
Attention to the map.
I carry
You-
the fucking team.
Could you turn your computer down a little bit, because I think it's echoing,
Oh, sorry.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's no problem. I was playing Postscriptum, so I was trying to listen to where shots were coming from. That's what I had it up. Plus, I was enjoying every time I fired, like, a tank shell, I was enjoying the fucking sub, like, blast hole there in my feet. It was hilarious. Oh, I didn't tell you this, but I stuck my hand inside my subwoofer and got electrocuted. 220 volts worth or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It said, I dropped, like, inside, like, the hole, the entrance to the sub, and it says, I didn't read the bottom, like, because, you know, there's safety warnings and shit. Yeah, I didn't read none of them. And then, like, I opened up the sub while I was still plugged in, and put my hands out to grab it, and I touched something, it just electrocuted me.
Jesus Christ.
I felt my heart skip a beat.
What the
And then,
actual...
as soon as I closed it, it said, "Do not stick your hand inside here. You can
Oh.
get electrocuted."
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me.
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, he missed! Look at that skill! He fucking missed! What a twat.
He's got a long reload as well, because he's got the howitzer, hasn't he, on that?
No. It's a Yag Panther.
Oh, is it? I thought I only got a brief look then.
Look at that fucking luck.
You jammy son of a bitch.
Absolute savagery.
Would you like to see...
That's how you play his too.
Would you like to see... Would you like to see an in-game picture of the IS-7?
Yeah, I would. I'm gonna be cringe more that I see it, but, you know, yeah, sure. It's how the key enters on my messenger. Oh, hello, that's his pretty.
I mean, it's basically just a T10 hull with a different turret, but...
Yeah, someone shot me in the buttocks, I think.
Got me right in the buttocks.
I don't know, I think it was the buttocks, I'm not sure.
Scooter, Panther behind you, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. God damn it.
Behind me, mate.
Yes, I
that
did.
Was proper behind me. That was like, not my behind, that was like, me side.
E100 and IS-7, is it World of Tanks? Yes, yes it is. Except World of Tanks
I
are...
have E100.
Yes you do.
That.
Yes, you have the E100, we all know, shut up.
I just need the IS-7, I'll be a complete douchebag.
God. Yeah, but you see,
to get it.
they actually did. If they did the IS-7 the same way they did the E100, I'd have a lot less issue with it. But the fact that you have to quote unquote build it, yeah,
and you get the market access.
The fact that you have to quote unquote build it, and you said like the Microsoft are probably gonna have access to the store, aren't you, on the Xbox?
Apparently they don't. Apparently they don't.
You sure?
I thought they. Yeah, apparently some Xbox players said they don't.
I don't know. I still find it shitty that PC players can just use the store and we can't. I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with being able to just buy it, but at the same time,
that was a waste of bomb. Miss.
I mean, I'm not saying I agree with the idea of being able to just buy it, but then at the same time, it would be nice if we had the option. Do you know what I mean?
Or, you know, they can just be like, here's a $300 price tag. I'll just, like, wait 2 weeks and buy with my $300, like, half of my paycheck from work. Simple. Is this frozen over now?
Looks like it.
Oh my god, it is.
Try and land. See what happens.
I have goals.
Try and land.
I have goals.
I hope you're all watching this, because this is going to end in failure. I guarantee it. How thick would you suppose that ice is?
I don't know. I mean, I fell through the ice on one of the maps once, so...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Go on, go on. How fast are you going right now? 260.
I'm slowing down. I'm trying to, like, drag her.
It'd be alright as long as there's no... Be alright as long as there's no, like, holes in the ice. And we have touchdown. That's a bit bumpy.
It'd be bumpy ice.
That's very bumpy.
That's very bumpy ice. Life goals right here, boys.
Houston, we have landed.
Look at that.
Now you see if you can take off again.
Not fucking rocket science, so you just give her beans.
I would love right now if you were to accelerate and the ice just cracked. You fell through it.
I don't know, yeah, I would find that funny as well.
You're not gonna get off in that space, are you? Oh, you might. Yeah, there you go.
A little more effort,
well, I'm a pro pilot.
Yeah, yeah. Mind the trees.
I got this, Joes. I got this. Lol, a Crusader AA Mark 1 shot down a Weaver.
Do you know what, Kenneth? I think you might be right. It's Stalin ice, more sturdier than capitalist ice.
10 out of 10 for the effort on that one. 10 out of 10. That's good.
You should have. Somebody should have really been playing the A-Team tune in the background then when you were doing that.
You know the Fritz X bomb?
I do.
Like the new dirt bomb? Guess what I managed to do with it?
What's that?
I took it in a ship RB battle, and I managed to whip it and guide it between two fuck nuggets in those battle barges and killed them both.
You sunk a ship with a Fritz X bomb.
I sunk 2 ships with 1 bomb. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Riggedy riggedy right. I don't think I achieved diddly squat for that.
Well, I definitely didn't achieve shit because I got killed almost immediately, so...
Ew, what's
Oh
this gross
my
setup?
god, this map.
Falda with IS2s? Oh god. Ram.
I'm gonna take the T44.
Oh, wait.
I'm not driving the IS2 on this shit.
Oh yeah. You know what we learned as well?
What's that?
Don't vape next to a smoke alarm.
You fucking mong. It's like...
My friend did it and it went off and we're like, fuck.
And that was a surprise to you.
To us, yeah. It's Canada. We didn't think they actually were.
Oh god. Ah yes, Canada, where the safety rules are so lax.
Also, I didn't tell you this, I nearly got arrested as well.
Why?
Longboarding at 2 in the morning, like, I was like on my longboard and then I got bored, so I started street lugeing like on it head first with like a 40 ounce, like a 40 thing of vodka. So I was like, with like a massive thing of vodka, and I was just like fucking drunk out of my mind with my friends. And my girlfriend, my ex, called the cops on us because we were like, 2 of them were underage and we're all fucking hammered and longboarding in the middle of the street at 2 in the morning.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And then we went to his place after we got talked to, and he made tacos for his white drunk. It was good times. Tacos when you're drunk are the best. And they were soft shells as well.
Nope, gotta be a kebab. Always has to be a kebab.
No.
That is the British way, it has to be a kebab.
Fuck off.
I don't know what Americans drink when they're...
When you come to Canada, I'm gonna make you fucking soft shell tacos.
I don't... Yeah, but the thing is that you're gonna put all the shit in it that I don't like. Because that's what they have in tacos.
No. What we do is, here, we make everything, we cut everything up, put them all in separate bowls, and people make their own fucking tacos.
Well, then that defeats the point. I'd only like have just meat in it. I mean,
You're
like...
fucking weird, so it'd be like a burrito.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when I go... If I ever go to Subway, it's always ham, cheese, possibly a bit of mayo if I don't have cheese, and then warmed up. Like...
You're fucking plain. I get like a cold cut combo with lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and sweet onion sauce. And sometimes bacon and white cheese.
White cheese?
Yeah, like white cheddar. White cheese.
What the fuck is white cheese?
It's just cheddar that's white.
Do you know what I realised, right, a few years ago, I realised that becoming an adult is coming to the conclusion that cheese is fucking expensive. Because it is, it's really expensive.
Oh, really?
Oh, shut up.
Cheese. I mean, you can always get a girl pregnant and just milk her for that and make cheese out of that, probably.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What?
You ever seen that episode? What show is that on?
I don't know, but I've obviously never seen it.
Oh, fuck, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, yeah, Superstore or some shit. some like random shit I found like, I don't know. It's random shit. But yeah, like, it's a thing, apparently people do that.
Grim.
Yeah. Let's put that picture in your head for you.
Hello, what have we here?
On here.
It's not, it's a small armoured car.
Oh.
Auf Wiedersehen.
No, there's a tank for me.
Yep, see him. Ding.
I tracked him. Or did I track you? I tracked someone. No. I helped kill him.
Yes, you did.
Oh, there's another one then. There's another one further back.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Can't see
there's
it.
two there. Hold on.
Oh, I'm just gonna arty the shit out of A.
Yeah, do it. When you don't know what to do, you just burn the phone.
Yep. Age-old War Thunder tradition. If in doubt, arty the fucking shit out of it. Oh my god.
Did you just get more toast?
Yes, I did. That's what's in the cap. It's sat behind the T-62s on our side of the on our side of like the building in the middle of the map, in the middle of the cap.
Far side, got it.
Behind the two C-62s that are like sat in a line.
I just fucked him up.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Kill him. There we go.
I got some more. There's so many more fuckers here though.
There are loads of tanks on the ridge line as well, opposite.
I know. I've got like multiple fuckers here.
Yeah, I spotted a couple just before I died.
They're all shooting from down south, bottom of the map. If you get my drift,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Attention to the designated
down
grid
there.
zone.
Right, okay. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the ones that are sat on the ridgeline.
Attention to the map.
Yeah, the one that shot me in the butt off. He wasn't very friendly.
Funny that.
Ow. I think he was salty.
Uh,
Come back and get his ass. I'll pew pew him to death. With my professional pilot skills.
yeah, professional. In inverted
Yeah,
commas.
man, I've got like a whopping maybe 4 hours of Microsoft Flight Simulator and that's where it's at.
Not War Thunder then.
More advanced.
I would actually dread to think how many hours we've put into War Thunder over the years. Jesus.
Oh, I've on my PC alone, I've got nearly 1,700 hours.
God above.
Yeah. Right.
Well, the heavy machine gun on my IS-2 is basically shit, so...
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Riggedy, riggedy, rat.
Oh my god.
The Conqueror. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Where is that? 7:30?
Yeah. Unless it's gone down. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's shit.
But dude, remember on Gaijin's website, it tells you how many hours you put in. Like, remember we looked one time, and I think I had like a month and a half of like full playtime, and you had like just under a month back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many? What? Like, I'll do the math in a minute. Like, so there's 30 days, and there's 24 hours in a day. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of fucking hours. And the 1700 is just on my PC. That's not including my PS4. And that's not including my old account. So, you know someone's got an addiction when.
Everybody must still be in bed.
Who?
Well, I would have thought, being, like I said, being a Saturday morning, I might as well stream this. You know, why not? It's a Saturday morning. Most people will be off work, but they're either still in bed or live in a part of the world where they're still asleep, which sucks.
Canada.
Yeah. And they're taking A. Great. I think I'm gonna have to put an aircraft on my lineup if I've got a slot.
I'm gonna send you a picture. Just have a look at the hours on that when you have a chance.
Yeah, Kenneth, you're not wrong. Scooter's math, 30 days, 24 hours in a day equals a lot of fucking hours.
Exactly, man. My math is on point. I mean, at least it wasn't as embarrassing a day. I said to my friend, I'm like, oh look, you're like an inch under 5'9". And he's like, am I? I'm like, yeah, because you're 5'9". He's like, wait, that makes no sense if I'm just under 60. I'm like, yeah, because it's like 10 inches in a foot. He's like, are you fucking on crack? I'm like, no, why? He's like, there's 12 inches in a foot when we order footlongs from Subway, you fucking moron. I'm like, oh.
I'm afraid to tell you, Scooter, he is in fact correct.
I know. And he's like, I don't even fucking question why you failed your forces exam now. I'm like, ouch, that hurt.
1,697 hours. Holy crap.
Do you wanna know how many hours I have on Armor 3?
Oh god.
About 847. Yeah, I have issues. What the fuck is that? Oh! That ain't a fucking AA. That is. I wonder if I can Allah Akbar this guy.
No.
Again?
No.
Disappointing. He killed me with an orange toast, that's pathetic. Time to go back and wreck him.
Well, at least I actually got some kills this match.
The goal is to like be there till the end of the game, but not to like get some kills.
Yes, Scooter, I know.
Just making sure.
Thank you so much.
No problemo. I need like a few more points.
Yeah, I think we've all done that. One time I said, yo, you two, to the delivery guy after he said to enjoy my pizza. Most embarrassing moment in my life. Yeah, I think we've all done that at least once.
Oh, he crashes F-82 trying to get me. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Yeah, he just done goofs. He done goofs.
Did he do a scooter?
He did worse than a scooter. He did a Red Revolution.
Fuck you. You're not supposed to insult the host, the stream of the. Oh fuck English. You're not supposed to insult the owner of the stream.
Again? Damn it! I still didn't get the fucking bitch.
Apparently bombs work better than machine guns, Scooter. Please tell me he didn't hit you and get the kill.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god.
Twice. He just killed 2 aircraft with a fucking Mortis.
So he's now laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't have... Now you see, Kenneth, here's the thing. If I had an army, then we'd have to call it the Red Army, and then I'd get in a load of shit. So, probably best that I don't have one. And...
I mean, at least it's not as bad as me driving around in a half-truck trying to go for people dressed as an SS officer in, like, Operation Market Garden.
But you didn't actually do that, did you? It's a game.
No, I did. I did post-script.
I'm genuinely surprised that they put the SS in that game, though. Like, I wouldn't have expected
Yeah,
that.
It even says, like, the Panzer, SS Panzer Division.
Talk about T64 history. Well, what about it exactly? And welcome, by the way, Stephen.
They made them.
Yeah.
That's one important factor.
You could write a book on it, Scooter. It'd be a very small book.
I know, it'd be like one whole whopping page, right? Like, not even. Like a sentence. Not even that.
Why does it have ERA on it and its history? Alright, so I imagine most of you know that the T64 was never actually exported, but I found out recently, actually, I think I may have told you this, Scooter, that I said in my review video that I did on it when the T64A was first added to the game, like, what, 6 months ago, if not longer? That it was never exported, but the East Germans had some. Now, when I found this out, I assumed that it was because the East Germans actually got given some from the Soviet Union, but that wasn't the case. The East Germans didn't have any whatsoever. They had T-55s, T-62s, T-72s, things like that.
Oh my god, this team sucks dick.
But they never bought any off the Soviet Union, they never got given any. The only ones that were actually in the DDR were crewed by Russians. They were crewed by Soviet tank crews that were stationed in East Berlin and East Germany. So it's one of those odd things where, technically speaking, they did have some, but they weren't actually in command of them, per se. They were just there in case the shit hit the fan. As for the ERA plating, I suppose it's like every other tank, really. They put ERA on it to protect against heat rounds, but by the time...
I nearly carried that. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, I was watching. But by the time ERA plating, you know, was actually issued on most tanks, the tanks that they were or would have been fighting against were already using fin stabilized sabot ammunition. So yeah, it would have helped. I mean, War Thunder is not very realistic in that. Why is the bush hanging off the front of your tank like that?
Is that magical?
What? That's not a bug. You can see that as well.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I keep distracting myself. Yeah, by the time ERA plating was on most tanks, you know, a decade later they were already starting to use fin stabilized heat rounds in almost every nation, so it would have helped. It's not like War Thunder where the fin rounds just go straight through it regardless. It would have definitely helped, but how much it would have helped is negligible.
Plus, there's also that time period of history where, like, they started changing out from regular TDs to ATGM vehicles and stuff like that.
I don't think ATGM vehicles ever actually became a thing, though, did they? Really? No.
I thought the Germans, they did, though. They had some, like, specialized vehicles to carry them.
What, you mean like the Raketen Jagdpanzer?
Yeah. And the like, I think it's the Marauder, I think?
The Marauder. No, the Marauder is an APC.
Yeah, but it had them on it. The early version did have them. Like, they experimented with them.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it ever became a thing in the same sense. Like, they didn't... No army was ever expecting to have to rely on their...
yeah.
On their ATGM vehicles. I wouldn't want to rely on them anyway.
It's true, because they were pretty dodgy.
And they're only really any good for defensive. So...
Yeah.
And because both sides during the Cold War were expecting the other to attack them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, they were expecting the other side to attack them, but they themselves, I don't know so much about the United States, mind, but that's a kettle of fish we won't go into. They themselves were well aware of the fact that they were not going to attack the other. So
Yeah.
it's sort of, I mean, that's all the Cold War was. It was a stalemate, and then just a bunch of proxy wars with an arms race and space race mixed in the middle.
Now it's Space Race 2.0.
At this stage, we're almost in a second Cold War, really. Looking at the way Russia is at the moment, and China, and all that shit.
Trump.
We're not going to mention him here. Not on my stream, thank you. What about space armor? Do you mean ATGMs were widely used on infantry fighting vehicles and various armored fighting vehicles. Plus, infantry had access to shaped charge munitions, so protection against these were... I don't know if that's just cut the message off, but it says we were included. ICBM, what? Intercontinental ballistic missiles. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with naval stuff, if I'm being completely honest.
That's more of a bit more of me. I know bits and pieces about it, not much.
ATGM vehicles fell out of use because you could get the same effect with IFVs. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think... this is going to be a really stretched out... You'll have to forgive me for all this and ahhing, but, you know, normally when I talk about these things, I actually do it in a video where I can pause the recording, but, yeah. In World War I and World War II, you had... In the First World War, they were heavy machine guns. Tripod-mounted, belt-fed machine guns like the Maxim that the Germans had and the Vickers that the Brits had. Yeah. When World War II ended, those medium machine guns, as they were then known, because heavy machine guns were basically like 50 cals and stuff like that, because the caliber had increased. So when medium machine guns basically fell out of favour, they were replaced, tactically speaking, by mortars, like the 3-inch mortar, small mortars, because they were only really area of effect and area denial weapons. So in World War I, you'd have several Vickers machine guns on the trench line that their field of fire then interconnected or crossed over. So they'd fire, say, 20-25 rounds and then do something called the tap, where they basically just smack the side of the gun so that it moves slightly and just tap their way across an open field 700-800 meters away, which is a way of denying the enemy that area. Nothing is going to want to be moving around in that area if it's getting shot at continuously. And it was the same thing with mortars. They were used as area of effect and area denial weapons like the Vickers were, in British service at least. But in the case of ATGMs, I don't actually know, other than being just a more complex tank destroyer that maybe wasn't as effective. Tactically wise, I don't know how effective they really... Tactically wise, I don't know how effective they really would have been. Yeah, I did cut the message off then.
Lol, I wrecked him.
Intercontinental ballistic missiles in the case of silos. Let me think.
That's America.
Let's see. Actually, no, I can think of a topic to discuss about this. Thank you very much, the Cuba Libre story. Shameless plug there for the documentary series on Netflix. I highly recommend you watch it if you haven't already. When, I assume most of you have heard about the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, basically the Americans decided it was a good idea to station nuclear missiles in Turkey, like within firing range of the Soviet Union. And after Fidel Castro's revolution in 1959, where the Cubans basically freed themselves from the Americans and Spaniards after being under foreign occupation for over 500 years, the Cubans decided they were going to make an ally in the Soviet Union. And when they did so, part of the deal was that the Soviets would station their own troops, or a small number of troops anyway, and some of their medium-range intercontinental ballistic missiles in Cuba, which for a period of about a week or so basically created a massive shitstorm in the political community, where JFK and Nikita Khrushchev were both competing to see how big the other's dick was. You know, a matter of factly speaking, anyway. And thankfully, the Soviets just pulled their nuclear weapons out of Cuba eventually. I think it was like a year later, if that. May have actually been just a couple of months, to be honest, but the Soviets created a pact with the Americans, and basically a mutual decision that if the Americans agreed to not intervene in any actions in Cuba, because Cuba had originally been founded when it was quote-unquote relieved from Spanish control. Are you still in, Scooter?
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry, I wasn't concentrating, I was too busy talking, I went back to the hangar.
I know.
Yeah, sorry. When Cuba was eventually freed from Spanish control by the Americans, who went over and helped, the Americans basically ended up colonizing it, almost. When they did so, they wrote up the Americans have what's the piece of paper they wrote after they got freed from the British? Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry! I'm on a roll, leave me be. Yeah, when basically Cuba's own Declaration of Independence, except there was a little bit of small print that the Cubans realised a little bit too late, was that the Americans held the right to intervene in Cuba should they feel that it was necessary. So, skip forward a couple of hundred years, and when the Russians and the Americans are deciding whether they should pull the missiles out of Cuba, or trying to convince the Russians to pull the missiles out of Cuba, the Russians agreed to do so on the condition that the Americans basically revoked their ability to intervene in Cuba. So to basically they told them to leave Cuba alone. They also said that they wanted the Americans to take their missiles out of Turkey, which, to be fair, was only, that was only fair when you think about it. However, Nikita Khrushchev did tell JFK that he was allowed to keep that part of the deal a secret from the press. He didn't have to tell anybody, they just had to remove the ICBMs from Turkey in secret.
My tongue's bleeding.
And I'm out of breath. God, we're falling apart here.
Tank right there. Fight me, sunshine. I want a piece of you.
Shall we move to another tier after this, or do you want to keep playing the IS-2?
No, IS-2 sucks poop.
What about the Tiger 1?
Yeah, I'm not for that. I'm not gonna respawn. It's effort.
Alright, cool.
Gross, my tongue's bleeding.
Yeah, we all really want to know about your tongue bleeding, Scooter. What have you done, bitten it?
I don't know, it hurt. I just felt something on it and I just went and moved it and it just started bleeding.
That's funny. Apparently when your tongue starts bleeding it hurts. Who knew?
Ha. Funny. 5-7. I'm
Yep.
ready, Freddy.
Oh, don't worry, we're not taking out the Tiger 2. We're not taking out the Tiger 2.
I really want to get the broom bar at some point and just troll with that.
See, I really want... thing is, if they added it, you guarantee it'd be an event tank like the IS-7 is. The,
Actually, needs to fuck off with their events.
The Sturm Tiger. That thing would be fucking awesome.
They've already said they would do it this year. It's already been confirmed.
What, they're adding it?
Yeah. Because Beckett made it for, what's his fucking face? Fly. And, then it became a vehicle on the community website. And then people, complained to Gadget about that. I told you, and Gadget said they're gonna do it like the Katishka vehicle is a free giveaway. A really easy giveaway. But it's gonna be a limited day thing.
Are they actually going to, though? That's the question.
Yeah, they already said they were. Why not, right? They said they literally said in their comments of the ISN, they said if it was made, we can do it. So I expect my Sturm Tiger. I'll
Oh.
sit there and play that thing left, right, and center.
Oh, goody, the decal's bugged again.
Joyous.
I don't know why it's only ever that decal, though. B52 and the TU95. Steven said we need the B52 and the TU95 added to the game.
Maps are too small. The maps would have to be at least double. And then the jets would struggle. So that won't happen for a while. They've already talked about it.
I can see the Sturm. I can see the Sturm Tiger event now. Assemble 123.5 parts that are dropped randomly. Get 5 tasks that switch every 5 hours, and also play Chronicles for 2 months. Yeah, that sounds about right. Thing is, it is like I don't like how they do it, but I mean it's not fair either. You can't even argue that it's fair anymore.
Ones where you can buy it. I like that. Where you have to earning it or buying it. The old school stuff. It's not some new school shit.
Yeah, I don't like this. The only reason they're doing it this way is because of the shop.
It's because, yeah, as soon as PUBG became popular, and they're like, ooh, we can mooch more money on the fuckers. Tanker on my... number is this?
Oh, holy hell.
11.
Something to my 12 as well.
Really? Yeah, I got an M18 on my 11. Red? Yeah, you get him.
Oh my! I pulled the trigger and it didn't work. My gun barrel taken out. Come on, rotate, rotate, rotate. Shit. Yeah, I don't know if they're ever actually going to add modern tanks. They might get around to it, but I seem to remember them mentioning when the T64B was announced that they were planning on going up to the T80. But yeah, I know. Yeah, they said that they. Well, that was alright. That was just a warm up. We'll go back to the hangar. Try again. Yeah, like it's not a piece of shit. This M18 Hellcats. That's just what you have to deal with. They said like that they would go up to the T80. Whether they're actually going to go past that, I mean, I always thought that the original plan was to go to the T90, but I don't know. We'll see. I still want my T72. I'm still waiting.
Hold on, they'll add it, man. They'll add it. They have a whole new community of players to mooch off of now, so we can add more shit.
Yeah, except it doesn't improve the matchmaking because we can't fucking play with the Xbox players. So what was the point?
Because PlayStation offered that ages ago, and Gaijin turned them down.
I thought it was Sony that turned them down.
No, what happened was Sony offered it back when the PS3 first came out. Sony offered it, and it was a really big thing. And like Xbox were like, yeah, we don't want your shit, go away. And then that never came to tuition. And then years later, like a few years, like last year, Xbox was like, you guys want to partner? And they're like, well, you guys said no, so why would we want to do it now? So it never happened.
It's a bit shit, really. I mean, I can kind of understand why, because even
it's like literally two little babies in two prams having temper tantrums at each other.
I mean, even as recently as when I left school, like 5-6 years ago, I can still remember people choosing which console they bought because of what their friends had.
Oh my god, that's why I went with a PC, because PC Master Race.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, but what I mean is that if they were allowed cross compatibility, you would just buy whichever console you could afford rather than which one you needed. Yeah, but that's from a business point of view. That's not what they want. So.
Or they could just make a whole new platform together and be like.
Didn't Steam have their own console at one point? I don't know if they still make it or not.
They do. It's like a little thing that plugs in your TV and you get like a remote.
Is it any good?
It's fairly decent apparently. It's pretty powerful for what it is.
Yeah, but I doubt that would run. I mean, that come out like quite a while ago, didn't it?
Bitch.
Who's Beckett's?
Beckett's, he's a very highly rated community content creator that makes custom vehicles.
Ah, what has he made then? I've never heard his name before.
Sturm Tiger. He's made the Flapjack. Oh, he's made a bunch of shit. I'll Google all the shit he's made, and I'm out again. Why is there a Larian 40T in here?
Because it's 6'3".
Like,
is it 6'3"? I think it's 6'3".
I don't know. This map is utter wank. Sorry.
Would you mind googling the vehicles then? A minute. Hope I might not survive very long, but we'll see.
I'm in my AA, so I don't care.
All right.
Fourth.
Tap tappy, tap tap taparoo. Ow. Oh fuck. We do need some ground forces. What?
No way.
What?
Beckett went and built a KV-2 and stacked 3 KV-2 turrets on top of each other and made it look like one KV-2 turret with 3 guns in it, like a super tall KV-2.
But why?
'Cause he can?
See, yeah. Oh, we do definitely need a content, ground forces vehicle made by the players, though. I mean, we already have 2 aircraft for that, but
Someone made a freaking F-100 Super Saber with air-to-air missile launch. Nice.
haven't you seen that?
No.
Somebody did. I think it was Fly did a video on it.
Okay, so Beckett's made the KV-222, Tower of Dawn as he calls it.
Yeah. Oh shit.
He's made the KV-6 Behemoth, which is like a super long KV-2 with like a bunch of turrets strapped on it.
KV6. Is it the KV6 that's in World of Tanks? No, KV4? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know, it's got like a rocket launcher, a KV-2 turret, a KV something turret, and something else. He's made the Sturm Tiger model. He's made the Skink anti-aircraft gun. That one I really want them to add.
What, the Sherman?
Yeah, the Sherman with the 420s. Lol. He made the T64 BV. That was a great one. I tested that out. Love that.
Yeah.
He's done a few other things here and there, but it's like having to go really far back.
Attention to the map.
Yeah, I'd love to see some more APCs and stuff in the game as well.
Oh, he made the TOG 2. Sorry, I'm just having to scroll so far back.
No, that's alright.
It's hurting now. I'm like coming off my nicotine. He made the Flapjack, the XF5U Flapjack.
What is that?
It's like a pancake plane. If you didn't know this, Beckett actually made the Char Bis 1 or B1 Bis pack as well.
Yeah, the BMD would be pretty freaking cool as well.
Yo, he made the Char 1, the Char Bis B1 Bis. He was
Yeah.
the one who made that. And that's all that's on here. Like I said, I know he's done a few other bits in here and there, but nothing that's on the site.
The BMP3 would be a pretty cool tank to see, but that's too modern, I think, unfortunately.
I want to see the BTR series in the game, and the
Oh,
labs,
yeah.
and the BTRs, the labs, and what else?
Bradley?
The Bradley, yes, Bradleys with pop-up toes, yes please, and the Bushmaster. The Canadian version, which is the Coyote, which is like the Lav, but it's Canadian. I want to see the Striker Mags, which is like a Lav, but with like a 105 or 125 smoothbore cannon on the roof.
Some wheeled tank destroyers would be pretty cool to see as well, like the Striker.
Yeah, the Striker, yeah. Oh god.
The only problem
French have something as well like that.
The only problem is that it's kind of getting into the realms of
stupid
armored warfare levels of modern, which I have no issue with, but you know,
they need to do it right and balance it.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? It's the balancing that's the difficult part.
And it's Gaijin. Balance is not in their vocabulary, unfortunately. Because, you know, apparently BF-109s can get, like, can outmaneuver Spitfires when in real life that isn't true. Ready when you are, by the way?
I'm still in, I'm in my Nash one at the moment. But there's Spitfires and that flying around, so I don't imagine I'll be in very long.
There's,
oh shit. What in the game?
A DDR boot.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. The PR-206 GDR. It's like, apparently it was like given to them by the Soviets and then they used it as like a Soviet ship. I did a bit of reading about it.
Is it a torpedo boat or a ship?
It's a torpedo boat, but it's got like autocannons on it.
Hmm.
It's pretty quick and it's got like radar on it as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it can hold depth charges, I think, can it? Yeah, it can hold
I imagine
12
so.
depth charges. Yeah, what else? Oh, I didn't get to look. There's like the Type 143, which is like a later version, or like something similar, but like that thing has like cruise missiles on it, pretty much. I think is what they are.
Well, which 2000 vehicles are you on about anyway, Stephen? Because that's quite a large list of things.
For what?
He said talk about 2000s vehicles, but like that's pretty. Like, that's a pretty large list of things. Well, yeah, exactly. Like I mean, that's
the Abrams started with Gen 2 in the 90s and 2000s. The Bradleys came out. Oh god, there's so many things. Like,
I still want to see the Scorpion in the game, though.
Yeah.
Britain needs a light tank tree.
Yeah.
Because I think there's far too many vehicles at top tier that are just main battle tanks. Like maybe with the exception of a couple of ATGM tank destroyers and stuff, but mostly it's just main battle tanks.
Weird things. I want to see more weird things like the Bagel Panzer.
The thing is, though, is that if anybody on here watches Oxy's videos, which I do recommend, Oxy's actually quite good. I've been meaning to do a video with him for ages, but you know, kind of hard to get a hold of a more popular YouTuber when you're as small as I am. But here's the thing: he did a video of top 20 worst tanks in War Thunder, and the Bagel Panzer was actually on the list. And he had Slickby on to do like the chat about the Bagel Panzer, and to be honest, I don't think it's a good tank. It's one of those things that's very situational. It's not... Scooter, what have you done? It's not reliable in any sense of the word. It's not particularly fast. And if you're playing it in arcade, most of the vehicles you're playing against can just run circles around you. The shells that it gets, while they are reasonably effective... While they are reasonably effective, they're not attractive. They're not, you know, they're not fantastic, and the tow ATGM it gets, if you get the upgraded version, is quite good. But then when it plays, yeah, but then when it plays in a battle rating where everything else has ERA,
second one there.
Whereabouts?
Other side of them. Shit. My 12.
I can't see. There's smoke in the way. Oh, there we go. But then when you're playing at a BR where everything else either has ERA or composite armor, then the ITO's kind of pointless, I suppose. From the side it'll work, but
Can you cover?
yeah, I can do. Give me a sec. I'm just
I have,
making sure there's
like,
nothing
counter
around here.
reverse. Yeah, I'll just sit behind you here. Okay. It's 20 seconds.
Our victory is
I killed him with the horizontal drive. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, another thing cool about post-script is you have to use the WASD keys to turn your turret up and down and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, it's slow, but it's cool. And you can stick your head, you can open the hatch and stick your head out, which I like.
Yeah, Armored Warfare has MBTs, but Armored Warfare also has IFVs and stuff included as well. Because Gaijin still have this thing where even though they've added the spotting mechanic for the light tanks, which is a fantastic idea,
They haven't fully implemented the vehicles for it.
no, not really. Like, in Armoured Warfare, there are vehicles that you can play at top tier, as far as I'm aware, that are practically useless engaging anything at the front. Which, if they were to add something like that... Oh, that's a big bomb. Oh, oh my god.
He was salty.
If they were to add anything like that in War Thunder, then the community would just go into a frothing rage, which, on the one hand, I can understand, but on the other, that's the whole point of having a team play. You have tanks that are not particularly effective at engaging things at range, but have the ability to scout for their main battle tanks. And I don't think the community is quite ready to actually accept that as a method of play yet.
No, because this community can't work as a fucking team, because they're all greedy.
If anybody has ever spent any time on Reddit, you'll be all too familiar with how bad the community can be if it wants to be. I mean, yeah,
they're
Reddit...
toxic.
I mean, yeah, Reddit is like the worst of the worst kind of thing, but still.
It's where the hermit crabs go.
Yeah, unfortunately though I have to rely on Reddit for actually sharing my content around, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, I mean, it gets free advertising, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm gonna wreck this F6. Boom! I blew his tail clean off. Oh, there's one on my tail. What's the turn time? 47?
Not a clue. It's not great
I
though.
don't even know if he's carrying payload either. How
Probably
accurate
will
with
be.
that main gun?
What, my 88?
Yeah.
Not as good as I am with my 100mm Russian guns, why?
I'm being chased by a 47 up my buttocks, and I was wondering if you wanted to point your gun up in there and blow him out of the sky if I drag him straight to your gun barrel.
Can't guarantee that that would work. And now I'm in a pile-up, great. Come on.
Okay, never mind that. Oh.
I mean, I'd be willing to give it a go, but the chances of it actually working are very slim.
Like he's up my butt, like I can feel him like breathing on me. Nice, it's 2 fucking 6-2 health. Boy, you
Oh,
means
God.
having me.
Sneaky little bastard.
This guy thinks he can outfly me. That's funny. Can't outfly my K4 boy.
Boy!
Oh, he just missed.
Okay, this AA is getting on my tits now.
Oh dang, he can outturn a K4. The 47. Ooh. Ooh. That's some hardcore turn.
That would be impressive if it wasn't irritating.
Yeah. I've lost eyes. Oh, there he is. Oh, I just wrecked him. Absolute wrecked him. There we go. airspace.
Excellent.
Dude, there's a hole the size of like a tire in my wing. Or my tail. Like, yeah.
It's fine, it'll
big.
buff out.
It's from top to bottom of my tail.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and get a repair if I can make it. Oh dang, I'm 35 points away from getting my 2000. That's cute. It's 324 in the morning. I'm still gonna put my work shirts in my wash. You know what I'm gonna do? I guess like 6. I'm gonna make some pierogies. And then I'm gonna throw my
Pierogi.
shirts in the wash. Yeah, I'm gonna make pierogies for breakfast and then eat them and go to sleep. And while my pierogies are boiling, I'm gonna go outside and get some nicotine.
God.
What?
You sound like a fucking teenager who's just discovered fags for the first time.
I used to be really addicted to nicotine at one point. It was bad. I used to be able to like smoke pretty easily, but now I'm like gross. I don't want to smoke, but I'll smoke all day. Because I sit there in my family seek me the biggest clowns.
Yeah, we get it, Scooter, you vape.
Yeah. Some lady, oh my god, funny story, some lady in town, she rode past on her disabilities, like mobility scooter and that, and this was when we were at the park, me and my friend, we were just chilling, and then she goes and lights up a joint. At the park! I'm like, what a savage.
It's medicinal.
Yeah. Dude, that is honestly my town though, like, it's so stupid, like, you can get away with anything in this town. I mean, I did 120 through construction zone, that was a 60.
What? Kilometers?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I didn't get a ticket. Like, soon as I got to where the cop was, I smacked on the brakes and went 60, and he didn't give me a ticket. And he saw me coming up at 120. And I'm like, ooh, nice. My friend doesn't even know how I get away with it. Like, I've done 190 and 100 at night, like 11 at night on a dark road. I've done like lots of speeding. I've never gotten a single ticket.
Yeah, because it's always the jammy bastards that never get caught, and then it's the people that make the mistake of speeding, and then they get caught.
Yep. Exactly.
I'd love to see the BTR though. The BTR 80. That would be fucking awesome.
Which gun? This 2045?
BTR 80 had a heavy machine gun on it, I think. The BTR 90 had has an autocannon, but that's too modern, I think, really.
Guess what?
What?
My tax haven't counted because it doesn't start until fucking 4. Bastards. So I just did all that for nothing. Thanks, Gaijin.
Great.
Highly appreciated. Highly appreciated. Ready? I'm nearly to tier 2 boats already. It's pretty good. The grind for boats is ridiculous though. It's gross.
I've watched gameplay of it, and I gotta be honest, I don't I can't say I'm a fan
Yeah,
so far.
I was alright when it first came up, but now I'm like, no, I'm not really that keen. I just want to play the top tier ship that has the derpy like rockets on it that fire out sideways and then track. It's like cruise missiles or surface to ship missiles.
So they can do ship-to-ship missiles, but they can't do
I don't know
air-to-air.
exactly what they're. They're just tubes that are angled outwards and they fire out something at other things. That's all I know so far.
Torpedoes.
No, they're bigger than torpedoes. Like these tubes are the fucking size of my turret. They're big. They're like the size of these trees. They're bigger. Like like fabulous wise. I don't know. Maybe they are torpedoes that just they're really big. That's not. I don't know.
See, here's the problem though, like about with the BTRs especially. The BMP2 I think might work depending on what battle rating you put it in at. But the BTRs, especially the early ones, the BTR 60, 70 and 80, most of them had heavy cannons or machine guns rather than like tank guns. So putting them in the game, no, I don't think it'd be the tier that's the problem. It'd be the fact that whatever tier you put them in at, where it's quote unquote fair, so like say tier 4, tier 5 for the early ones, you wouldn't be able to penetrate anything from the front, and I'd honestly doubt whether you'd be able to penetrate anything, period, because it's like the American reserve tier tank, which has a 50 cal and a 30 cal on it, and that's it. Like, imagine that.
I thought it was 250s.
It's not. It's a 50 and a 30, I think. But anyway, imagine
So
that.
What, the M2 is it?
Yeah. But imagine that at tier 5, and that's what playing a BTR would be like. So you'd have to actually rely upon your scouting mechanic.
Hilarious.
But this is what I'm saying. This is how it works in Armoured Warfare at top tier with their APCs and things like that have machine guns or auto cannons. They have to rely on their scouting ability, which there's no problem with that. The community though has to be open to that idea. Armoured Warfare didn't have that problem because it's so closely related to World of Tanks, in gameplay at least. Whereas the War Thunder community would actually have to accept that as a game tactic. Whereas I think now it's, oh shit! Oh my god. A little bit of poo come out. A little bit of poo come out there. As I was saying, now though, I think
serious?
it's...
Did he just really?
What?
He just went straight through my other fucking hole.
Ugh.
Are you fucking shitting me? Nah. Nah, boy. That's a bullshit shot. Sorry. He's trying these out though.
At the moment though, I think the whole scouting mechanic thing is more of a gimmick than it is a tactic, unfortunately.
It is a gimmick and it's useless.
It's not, no, it's not useless, it's because the team won't, like... Generally, if you give your teammates the opportunity to shoot at something and make themselves some credits and XP, they will do it, but that isn't always the case. And the scouting mechanic relies on your teammates shooting at whatever you spot. So
it's kind of like postscriptum then, where one used the commander, one used the bow gunner, one you does like
no.
the gunning, one you does the driving, where you gotta like work as a team. That's what you need in this game, but no one's gonna work as a team.
Many moons ago, when they changed over from the credit and XP thing, where they basically, in a word, they nerfed it by having to make your team win in order to make your credits and experience actually decent. In theory, that should have inspired some more team play, but no, I don't know. I just can't see it working without the community actively accepting the fact that they have to play to the strengths rather than. Oh God.
Someone kills them. Really?
I'm on my way.
You killed a guy B. This also takes out the field.
Which field?
Right. Yeah, C4, C5. That way.
Right, okay. Oh my god. Yep, this has just become tragic.
Yeah. Ew. Do you know how hot it's gonna be on Tuesday and Wednesday? And Thursday? Friday?
Don't even speak to me about the heat, man. Can't be dealing with this shit anymore. Oh my.
33 degrees. That is grim. Ew. That's grim. It's gonna be 31 on Sunday, 32 on Monday, Tuesday 33, Wednesday 33, Thursday 33, Friday 32, Saturday 32, Sunday 32, Monday 29. Ugh. Gross.
Right guys, I think we will end it there for now. If you're watching this after I've streamed, then I'm sorry that it couldn't be at a better time for you. Obviously, I thought, you know, Saturday morning, most people should be out of bed. Not technically the case, I suppose, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.
And I'm sorry you had to put up with me as well.
Oh, come on, Scooter, don't be like that. Right guys, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.